Okay, it says it's live now.
Coach Hargett,
Yeah, man.
as one of your fans said, you're talking to the old man with the gray beard. So I'm Rick. If anybody wants to know who the old gray man is, Coach Hargett.
Yeah, man.
As hold on, one of your fans said, you're talking to the old man with the. And you're also talking to a rookie because we can't figure this darn thing out, have we?
Yeah.
We'll get it going, man. You doing all right today, brother?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you taking time and sharing some stuff. I think you got an interesting surface to air system topic, and you gave me the topic, and I'm sort of intrigued. All right. What's that title?
The title is RPO, What Was Old is New. And I was kind of inspired to draw this one up. Can you see it okay there, Rick?
I can. You got a what? Wait a minute. This is surface to air system, Coach.
Little unconventional start to this one.
Not Woody Hayes, BoSchembechler.com. What's going on?
Many moons ago, when I started out coaching, one of my first gigs was to be a sophomore team head coach. And we started running the spread, and it was really cool. We were doing a lot of fun stuff. But when we got down in the red zone, a lot of times we would revert back to what I did in high school, which is get in the eye and run two of the greatest plays in American high school football ever. And those two plays to me we're in pro twins left, and it is ISO weak right there. Bring the fullback, smash that left Mike, double your way out of trouble right here, double up there. Okay, turn out and just blast that guy right there. Okay, you got blockers on the perimeter. Life's good. You run the daylights out of that thing.
Now hold on, man. That's true smash mouth right there.
Yep.
And so you sure we're an RPO outfit?
Yep. Stick with me on this.
All right. Hey, let me just interrupt on one thing. I have figured out, believe it or not, how to take any chat questions.
Okay.
So I've gotten into the next century here. So I'm looking at our live feed on a different computer at the same time that you and I are talking.
Oh, look at you.
So if anybody does have a chat live question, I think we can answer it. So keep on keeping on, man, with some of this smash mouth. I hope we get back into 2018 with S2A, though. Keep going. Keep going.
So that, to me, that's a great football play. It's always been a great football play. It's always going to be a great football play. The problem is I don't have hardly any of the pieces that are drawn there that can make that work. I don't have a fullback that wants to lead up on that guy. I don't have that true tailback type guy. There's a lot of things that don't work. So back in the day, your second option was you go ahead and you run old school toss sweep. So you take this guy and you hook him and you maybe pull that guard around there. You lead the fullback out there into the third level and you toss that thing out to the tailback, and there you go. So the point is there's two great ways to get that football pounded on people when you're in short yardage, maybe red zone situation. You can hit them in that open B gap to the shade 5 side, or you can hit them out here on the perimeter. Okay, those two areas right in there were both great places to play football. So to recap, we wanted to run ISO weak and we wanted to run toss sweep weak. To me, those were two great football plays. And I hear people all the time say, oh, man, I just want to run power football. I just want to smash mouth it. I just want to get out there and get my 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And I'm totally groovy with that. The problem is that's a lot easier said than done. So let's fast forward 25 plus years and let's pull up another picture and let's look at this formation. This is a standard surface to air system formation. We're in a sniffer right set. Okay, everything's pretty simple right there. Nice and easy. So somebody might ask, well, Coach, why are we looking at the eye and now we're looking at this gun formation? The reason why is what we're going to do now is we're going to run both ISO weak and toss sweep weak on the exact same play so that we cannot be wrong. So let me show you how we're going to do that. The way we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and we're going to block the L3. We're going to block the L2. Let's just say for the sake of argument, we feel like we can do that. We're going to run a slant here on this back door side, okay? Or excuse me, it'd actually be the front door side. So we're going to run a slant back there. We're going to try to hold the R2 and the R3. We're going to run locked inside zone to the right, okay? No different. Our offensive linemen aren't going to know anything different. And we're going to lead that sniffer up onto that left Mike and block him. We're going to angle block him. It's almost going to be a trap. If he hangs out, we're pulling around for him. It's going to be a nice wide open gap. If he tries to fill, we'll trap him. We're going to use some early motion here. And we're going to bounce this running back out of the backfield, and we're going to swing him on out there to the numbers. And we're going to tell the quarterback, we're going to say, okay, quarterback, here's the deal. If that left Mike so much as twitches and acts like he's going to leave the box, okay, and widen out and try to take that running back, you run quarterback ISO in that B gap and let it rip and go get your 5, 6, 7 yards all day long. If that left Mike stays in the box and he acts like he's going to play the run and he's going to be heavy in the B gap, then the quarterback is simply going to flip his hips and throw that ball to the tailback on the perimeter. So if you go back to what we just said a few minutes ago and you apply the same exact theory that we just had, we wanted to run the ball in here or we wanted to run the ball out here. Okay, we either run ISO in the B gap right in there, or we run toss sweep out there in the D gap. Well, in the S2A RPO world, we have now accomplished that with the S2A system. We've got the best of both worlds. We've got quarterback ISO and we've got toss sweep, and we've got both of those great smash mouth short yardage football plays in one RPO, one formation, one play, tempo setting, and lots of options. The quarterback has an option there, he has an option there, and he has an option there. He's got 3 options where to go with the ball, whereas in the I, it's either ISO called or it's toss sweep called. If you're wrong, it's 2nd and 10 or it's 2nd and 12. Okay, if you get into the gun and you apply S2A principles, you've got 3 options, and one of those 3 options should let you win and put you in manageable down and distance.
I'll tell you what, Tom Osborne would be envious because you drew up some earlier stuff with the ice and that toss, old Nebraska style. Now you're new Scott Frost style at Nebraska here, man. And I tell you what, it comes to mind, something we talk about in terms of priorities when we talk about S2A is getting kids out for football. Mm-hmm. And, that Z's got a chance to get the football. Tailback's got a chance to get the ball. Quarterback's got a chance to get the ball. So, you can spread this thing out and make things happen, can't you?
Well, when you're in the I, the kid that's dotting the I is probably getting 25 or 30 touches. So if I'm the fullback or I'm the Z receiver, I'm like you just said, I don't have a whole lot of reason to want to play football. And obviously we've made this really simple. We could do even more out here if we wanted to turn this H and X loose and put a concept out there. We could actually have the potential where, 4 or 5 guys could touch the ball. We could pop that tight end instead, or we could arrow him and get a 5th or a 6th guy involved in the concept. So, there's a greater odds that everybody's going to want to play football if you're distributing the ball and sharing it around there. Rather than just dotting the I. So if you flip back and forth between those 2 screens, one guy's touching the ball and all that. That's pretty much it. There, the defense really has no idea who's touching that ball. But as you flip back and forth between those pictures, I would contend that what you see in that screen right there and what you see in this screen right here, they're the exact same football play. It's just separated by about 2 or 3 decades.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about a version of this play yesterday, and I asked that question. H and X that are out there slotted to the left, to receiver side, you can actually turn on a concept and make this thing have more options actually. And sure. And we got into a little debate about that in terms of degree of difficulty, but it's something that you can turn on with a tag, can't you?
Oh, sure. I mean, if L2 is coming down there and he's beating that H back and making the tackle on the running back, you can insert a pop pass in there. You can insert an S2A style grass concept in there. You could just call a slant. There's a whole bunch of different ways to control that thing out there. You can get into a little taper fade action and get a 2-man concept game going there and cross those guys. The sky's the limit. So, when you flip back and forth, one football player touching the ball versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players touching the football. The only guy that got hung out to dry here is the tight end. And just for posterity's sake, in the S2A system, our tight end was actually our leading receiver last year. So he's very rarely left out of the equation. Here he's being asked to block and do some dirty work, but all 6 of the skill positions are having the opportunity to touch the ball, which I think we've arrived at the point in American culture, not to get too, sociological on this, but I think we've arrived at the point in American culture where, we're not in a situation where kids are going to play the sport if only one guy's touching the ball. It's going to have to be 5, 6 guys touching it. Or people just don't want to play. They'll find another sport. So not only do I think this is a better way to distribute the football than the eye, I think it really is the eye, but it's the eye with 6 tailbacks. I think it's 6 Adrian Petersons out there because you've got different skill sets that can touch the ball. And that's something we've always been good at. And now we've kind of made it a bit of the platform of S2A.
Yeah. And you're a high school coach in a position to where you can't recruit. You got to coach and coach up the kids that walk through your door. Now the S2A, and I already know this answer, but you've got this is more than just a play. It's more than a series of plays. It's more than RPOs. It's an entire offensive system that is really designed. I say win more games, get more first downs, score more touchdowns, get more kids out. I think you put a tweet out yesterday about, it's getting kids the ball in open space and fast break type scenarios that they can understand now.
Yeah. Well, that kid over there that's playing that H receiver spot, I had a kid 2 years ago that was 5'9" and 160 pounds, and he's got a full FCS level scholarship to play college football. His education's going to be paid for 100%. Well, 25 years ago, that kid's not going to college for football. But because we've diversified the game out and we've got more of a wide variety of skill sets are able to contribute to the offense, we're not only helping grow the game, and I think we're making the game safer by spreading it out and causing less collisions and less gang tackling. I think the other thing we're doing is we're helping more kids go to college, which anybody that tells me that's not a positive byproduct of what we do as high school coaches has lost their mind. I take a lot of pride in helping get kids to college, and that's something that I think S2A really helps a lot of our members do.
Absolutely. Hey, if guys have a question, that's the thing that sets you apart with S2A is your accessibility. Fill out your Twitter. So if guys want to get with you, and we'll even set up a phone call. And if anybody's got an offensive concern, a question, want to pick coach's brain, you got access. What's that Twitter? And then I'll give out the main S2A one.
My Twitter account is at Coach Hargett, all lowercase, HARGITT. And my email is Coach Hargett, again, HARGITT @gmail.com. And we've already done a few of those phone consultations. So by all means, hit us up. We had one with a guy in Texas a couple nights ago, and Rick and I had one with a guy in the central part of Brazil last night, the country of Brazil, who give a quick shout out. He joined Surface to Air this morning. And so Rick and I were just talking about this. There's 7 continents, 6 of them are inhabited. And Surface to Air now has clients in 3. So that's half of the continents on the globe. So our reach is in Asia, North America, and South America. So Rick, we're lazy in Australia, Europe, and Africa. We got a little work to do there yet.
Come on, man. Come on. There's some good ball players over there too now. Just there's penguins in Antarctica, but there's players everywhere else, man. They're learning this game. Also at S2A system is the Twitter for the main S2A. So at S2A system, again, I think the biggest thing is you got accessibility. It's just not a playbook. It's not just a couple of videos. It's a group of guys that are trying to help high school coaches, helping high school football coaches. And that's a big thing, man. Let's grow this game, and appreciate you as always, Coach. Thanks for this. What was old is new again.
Thank you, Coach. Have a good day.
All right, brother. Bye.